Imagine a man who fought 61 duels with a sword and never lost. Not once. 61 times he faced death, and 61 times he walked away. His name was Miyamoto Musashi, and he's remembered as the greatest swordsman in Japanese history. But he wasn't only a fighter. He was a philosopher, a strategist, an artist, a writer. He moved through life with a focus most people can't even imagine. He spent his years studying two things at once: how to win and how to live. 1 week before he died, alone in a cave called Reigondo, Musashi wrote down 21 principles that had carried him through everything. He called it the Dokodo, the way of walking alone. He didn't write these for anyone else. These were the rules he had lived by through decades of wandering, fighting, and chasing mastery. They were his final gift, written by a man who knew the end was close and wanted to leave something that mattered. Today I want to share all 21 of them with you. Some will sound strange, even extreme. They came from a warrior who lived over 300 years ago, but inside each one is something that can help you live with more discipline, more freedom, and more peace. Number 1. Accept everything just the way it is. This is where Musashi begins, and it holds up everything that follows. Most of your suffering comes from wanting reality to be different than it is. You burn enormous energy fighting things you cannot change. A warrior can't afford that. If you're standing on a battlefield wishing the enemy were weaker, you've already lost. You have to see what's actually in front of you and respond to that, not to what you wish were there. In daily life, that means accepting your starting point without resentment. Your skills, your resources, your situation, as they are right now. This isn't giving up. It's seeing clearly so you can act. Number 2, don't seek pleasure for its own sake. You live in a time when pleasure is always within reach. Entertainment, food, comfort, all of it. No effort required. Many people build their whole lives around chasing the next good feeling. Musashi saw the danger. When pleasure becomes your purpose, something inside you starts to hollow out. You grow weaker, more dependent, less able to handle hardship. This doesn't mean you never enjoy anything. It means pleasure shouldn't be the aim. Let it arrive as a result of good work and a life with meaning, never as the goal itself. Number 3, never depend on a half feeling. Half feelings are those uncertain pulls that drag you in two directions. You kind of want it, but you're not sure. For a swordsman, acting on a half feeling means hesitation, and hesitation in battle means death. You commit fully, or you don't act at all. In your life, half feelings lead to weak decisions you never follow through on, projects you abandon, promises you don't keep, the yes you said when you meant maybe. When you act with your whole being. When you decide all the way. Number 4, think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Look around and you'll see people obsessed with themselves. Hours spent shaping an image, worrying how they appear, guarding their status. Musashi taught the opposite. When you think too much about yourself, you stop learning. You get defensive, closed off, and your whole world shrinks to the size of your ego. When you think deeply about the world, you get curious. You notice what self-absorbed people miss. You learn from everything, because you're paying attention to something bigger than you. This one shift can change how you live. Number 5, be detached from desire your whole life long. Desire is a cup that never fills. You get what you wanted, and instantly there's something new to want. The satisfaction fades in days. Musashi isn't telling you to have no goals. He's telling you not to let desire run you, not to let your peace depend on getting what you want. When you're detached from desire, you can still work toward things, but you're not desperate. You can enjoy the pursuit without being a slave to the outcome. Number 6. Don't regret what you've done. Regret is poison. It spreads through your mind and weakens everything it touches. When you're always looking backward, wishing you'd acted differently, you lose the ability to act now. Musashi made his choices and lived with them. What was done was done. This doesn't mean you ignore your mistakes. Learn the lesson, then let the regret go. Carrying it does nothing but weigh you down and pull you off the thing in front of you. Number 7. Never be jealous. Jealousy comes from measuring yourself against others and deciding they have something you deserve. It's useless. It changes nothing about your life while making you miserable. The warrior walks his own path. He doesn't glance sideways at what others have earned. And when jealousy rises in you, remember, you never know the full story of anyone's life. You don't know what they sacrificed, what they carry, what they suffer in private. Walk your path. Let them walk theirs. Number 8. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. Musashi was a wandering samurai who never stayed anywhere long. If every goodbye had weakened him, he'd have spent his whole life in sorrow. This one is hard, because you form deep bonds with people and places. But there's truth in it. Separation is part of life. People leave, relationships end, things change. You can feel the natural ache of parting without letting it defeat you. Honor what was shared, then keep moving forward. Don't let a goodbye stop you from living fully. Number 9. Resentment and complaint don't belong. Not toward yourself, not toward others. Resenting people and complaining about your situation may be the most useless way you can spend your energy. They change nothing while draining your strength and poisoning your mind. When you catch yourself complaining, ask what it's for. When resentment builds, ask what good it'll do. Almost always, the answer is nothing. The warrior spends his energy on action. If something can be changed, change it. If it can't, accept it. Complaining is neither. Number 10. Don't let yourself be guided by lust or love. This is one of the harder rules, and it made sense for a warrior who needed total focus and total freedom of movement. Attachments of the heart cloud your judgment and shrink your options. For most of us, love is precious. It gives our days meaning. But there's still wisdom here. Don't let these powerful feelings make your decisions for you. Don't let desire lead you into foolishness or attachment make you weak. Feel them, but guide your feelings instead of letting your feelings guide you. Number 11. In all things, have no preferences. When your preferences are rigid, you close yourself off from most of life. You want things one way, and when they aren't, you suffer. Musashi cultivated a mind open to every possibility. He didn't demand that life arrange itself to suit him. He adapted to whatever came. That flexibility is enormous strength. The person with no preferences can find value anywhere, learn from anything, and stay at peace no matter how things unfold. Number 12. Be indifferent to where you live. As a wanderer, Musashi couldn't afford to cling to any one place. He had to be at home everywhere and dependent on nowhere. Today, so many people blame their location for their problems. They believe they'd succeed if they just lived somewhere else. But far more often, it's how you live that matters, not where. Don't let your peace depend on being in a particular place. Learn to find contentment wherever you are. Number 13. Don't chase the taste of good food. This follows from not seeking pleasure for its own sake. When eating becomes entertainment instead of nourishment, something has gone wrong. Food should fuel your body and support your health. Enjoy it, sure, but chasing flavor as a pursuit leads to imbalance, and often to poor health. Eat simply. Eat to nourish yourself. Let the pleasure be a bonus, not the point. Number 14. Don't hold on to things you no longer need. People accumulate what they never use, then refuse to let it go. Those possessions take up space in their homes and in their minds. They become a burden, not a benefit. Musashi traveled light because he had to, but even with a permanent home, you can live this. Let go of what you don't need. Keep only what serves a purpose or brings real value. When you own less, you feel lighter. Your mind clears along with your space. Number 15. Don't act on customary belief. Most people believe what they believe because everyone around them believes it too. They've never examined their assumptions, never asked whether the common way is actually the right way. Musashi was an independent thinker. He built his understanding from direct experience, not from what was popular or traditional. Think for yourself. Question what you've been told. Have a reason for your beliefs beyond everyone says so. Number 16. Don't collect weapons or train with them beyond what's useful. This is about focus. Don't get distracted collecting fancy tools. Don't practice techniques just for show. Train only what works in real situations. For you, this reaches into everything. Don't pile up gear you'll never use. Don't build skills just to impress people. Focus on what actually matters, what you'll actually use. Number 17. Don't fear death. A warrior who fears death hesitates at the crucial moment. He holds back when he should commit, and that fear makes him a worse fighter, often bringing about the very death he dreads. Musashi faced death 61 times in duels, and countless more outside them. He learned that fearing it serves no purpose, because death comes for everyone eventually. When you accept that you will die someday, you can live more fully today. The fear of death is often the very thing that stops people from truly living. Release it, and your life may grow richer and braver. Number 18. Don't gather wealth or property for your old age. You can spend your whole life accumulating, but what good is it when you die? You can't take any of it with you. Musashi warns against pouring your life into stockpiling for a future that may never arrive the way you imagine. Be useful now. Live now. Don't postpone your life while you hoard things. This isn't a license to be reckless about the future. It's a warning not to let accumulation become your purpose. Number 19. Respect Buddha and the gods, but don't count on their help. There's deep wisdom here about faith and action. Musashi honored the spiritual traditions of his culture, but he didn't sit waiting for divine rescue. Many people use faith as an excuse for passivity. They pray for change, but take no action. They hope for miracles, but make no effort. Respect whatever higher power you believe in, but take responsibility for your own life. Do the work yourself. Make it happen through your own effort. Don't wait for the gods to solve what's yours to solve. Number 20. You may give up your body, but never your honor. For the samurai, honor mattered more than life itself. They would rather die than live in shame. In our time, that idea has faded. People do whatever benefits them, with little thought for integrity. But something valuable is being lost. Your honor is how you'll be remembered. It's the legacy you leave behind. Only do what you could live with for the rest of your life. Only act in ways that would make those who came before you proud, and set an example for those who come after. Number 21. Never stray from the way. The final rule is simple and profound. Once you've found your path, stay on it. Don't let distractions, hardships, or temptations pull you off what you're meant to be doing. If you abandon your path every time it gets hard, you never really had commitment to begin with. The way was never supposed to be easy. Staying on it when it turns difficult, that's the entire point. Musashi followed the way of the sword his whole life. He never strayed. Never quit. Never stopped growing. That consistency is what made him a legend. These 21 rules were written by a man who tested every one through decades of real experience. They aren't pleasant theories. They were forged in actual combat, actual hardship. Not all of them fit your modern life. You're probably not a wandering samurai dueling with swords. But inside these ancient words is timeless wisdom about discipline, focus, acceptance, and honor. Maybe one or two of them speak to you more than the rest. If they do, take those and make them part of how you live. Let them steady you when a decision is hard. Let them remind you what matters when the world tries to pull you away. Musashi wrote these knowing he would die soon. He wanted to leave behind something that would help others walk their own path with more strength and clarity. 300 years later, his words still carry that power. Thank you for walking the Dokudo with me today. I hope Musashi's wisdom helps you find your own way. Take good care of yourself.